So you're gonna take the
Oh,
picture.
hi, thank you for tuning in to No More Water Fire Next Time. My name is Larry Duncan Allen. And I have with me today Chief the Beat Banger. He's a local music producer right here in East St. Louis, and he's planning on starting in the class for
Yeah, music
children,
production
music
class,
production class for children the ages
12 and 13.
12 and 13. So I'll let you explain. Let him explain more about what he's doing.
Yeah. So what we're doing here for the children of East St. Louis, we're starting a music production class for the ages 12 and 13 to get them involved with music, to have something to do. At least you do know where they are. You know, they're at home upstairs in their bedroom making beats. You know, so you have to look at it like that. Um, there's no program like it around here. Uh, we look at the, the marching bands and stuff. The kids are not doing music anymore. And
So you're planning to make it more appealing to them to get more into music.
yes, yes, that's very correct. Um, because if you start them off at 12 or 13, you know, by the time they get 14, 15, they should be almost on a professional level.
So when you plan on getting your studio underway?
Well, it depends on the public in the city if they're going to support it. And so if they want to get their kids involved in this program, call us at 618 750 2548.
Okay, say that again in case someone is.
618 750 2548. Now, we also sell beats. Beats are not, we sell beats that's not on, uh,
I'm not copywritten.
right. Well, let's just say we sell beats that's not on Beach Stars. What's the name of the other company? Disco
Maybe
Kid.
new beats.
Um, because the reason I don't do that is because, let's say for instance, if I lease beats for 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 25, 30 bucks, okay, and I put them up there. Now let's say 40 people lease that one beat, okay. Now I got one guy that wants to buy the beat exclusively, okay. What does that do with the other people, the other 40 people? Somebody's gonna be upset. You know,
So how do you solve that problem?
how you solve that problem is you don't put your beats up there on up there. You just sell custom beats, and they contact that phone number 618-750-2548, and we can talk about it and try to give you something that sounds different than everything sounding the same. You know, it doesn't matter. Trap, drill, hip hop, everybody's, how would I say it, using loops and adding drums to them. I come from a time in East St. Louis when there was a musician almost that lived almost on every other corner. I mean, everybody did music.
Yeah.
Uh, if you take a look back at Lincoln and the East Side, it took
I think that was one of the things that did it. Lincoln Jazz Band. They were very well known. They traveled worldwide, and Lincoln's band at one time was the number one band in the nation.
yes, yes,
So I think that sort of helped. Success draws people, and
true.
Lincoln was very success. And, success draws people. Right now, there's a lot of children are not into music, and that's why what you're doing is very commendable because the children that's into music are usually into less trouble.
Because it's more like therapy, for kids. You may not look at it that way, but it is.
Because I know in China and Japan, it's mandatory
Yeah,
for children to learn music.
yeah. We talked about that, didn't
Yeah,
we? Yeah. And you know, like I say, either you'll know why Larry at. Larry ain't up the street. Larry's upstairs on his computer trying to learn how to do this thing. And also as well, you can't just teach a kid, well, a young person, how to just make beats. It won't do them any good if they don't know the business. That's the problem that the music industry right now at hand, what's going on now, everybody's in terrible contracts because they didn't know, but they signed it.
yeah. And see what happened. That's why many are foregoing the record labels and just putting their music out there themselves. Because many was signed into very terrible contracts. The early days of
Hip hop,
well, rhythm and blues.
yeah, same thing.
They were signed to terrible
Right.
contracts.
Yeah.
Many of them died poor, never got a dime for what they did. And then even with Motown, even many of those artists died poor
Yeah,
for nothing.
yeah.
But the record label was rich.
They got filthy rich.
Yeah.
So
And the same thing happened with hip hop. Many of them came in. The record label was making all of the money, but they
Mhm,
weren't making
mhm.
too much of anything.
And another thing I can encourage these young people to do is to listen to a radio station called Boost Radio. Even though it doesn't have the violence with it, but if you listen to the beats are pretty much the same. So
It's just redundant, huh?
yeah, so I'm just saying to myself, why do we have to make beats? Well, lyrics.
But if you remember in the early days of hip hop, they were using a lot of the rhythm and blues beat. Putting
Sure.
songs in there. They weren't really original, and they just mixed their little rap lyrics into it.
Well, people got away with that for a minute, though, because they wasn't suing then.
And they started suing.
Yeah,
And
so
stop that.
sampling. We call it sampling. And, you know, back in the days, just like once I said earlier, loops. Man, loops, uh, just like this producer, Bolo the producer, he mentioned, you know, that they think that's something new. We were doing that um, back in the late 80s, early 90s. We were already doing that with programs like sulfuric acid, um, sonar, cakewalk. We were already doing that. And I guess OG producers, I guess we just didn't feel that we were actually making music because we were using somebody else's loops that they made or whatever, and no, it's a form of music production, don't get me wrong, but I want to teach these kids about analog, you know, They
Well,
don't know anything about that.
analog is pretty much gone though. Because see,
But it's
I came up in an era
yeah,
when we started off in analog, and much of my analog equipment I've gotten rid of because there's no use for it anymore. Things are so much easier now because I can do a 4 camera shoot. I used
hmm
to have a van, have to have a van full of equipment.
uh,
I can almost carry it in a book bag now
that's true.
because
I
except for the
remember.
tripods, because but though it's the analog, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I remember.
It's
I
really
remember what about 16
gone.
years ago you had
But
those
when,
analog cameras.
when,
About 16, 17 years back,
oh
wasn't it?
yeah, but really it's like yeah, maybe about 10 years back.
Yeah,
This but I have to say this digital age really improved things. We move with the times. Because a
right.
lot of times people come to me and want me to do something like DVDs. I had stopped doing them. I got rid of all my DVD equipment. I got some because some people still want them.
hmm
But because I'm used to sending links and putting things on flash drives and so I got rid of a lot of my. But really, I don't have any analog equipment left.
And see, just like what you just said, the big thing with that is you only have streams. There's no physical product anymore.
No, it's not.
But I'll say this much: why is it still in music contracts uh, that the artist is responsible out of their share of their money for broken products? How do you break a stream?
That's just. No, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the music
Yeah,
contracts. But they may need to be updated. So sometimes they have those old contracts that need to be updated.
yeah, that's true. Maybe they don't want to update them for some type of reason because they want to see if you're going to sign it.
Mm.
You know.
That's why it's best that wouldn't it be best that an artist have a lawyer present, not just try to sign
Yeah,
things
that's a must. That's
because
a must.
they would know that there's no physical product to break, so we want this clause taken out.
Yeah. And two, lawyers. You have to be careful when you get a lawyer in this music business. You got to make sure that they're not affiliated with those record labels and been doing business with them before. You know what I mean? You have to be real careful with that too, because if you mess around and get in that situation, man, and he already working with them, he gonna tell you, yeah, 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 go on and sign this, man, go on and
No,
sign it.
just getting the money on the side.
You get there it
Yeah.
is.
See, that's why now many people, record labels is sort of becoming extinct.
Yes,
Because many people just not signing with them anymore. They can put their music out there themselves. What's his name?
exactly.
Soldier Boy. He
Yeah,
started on YouTube.
yeah, yeah. You can, yeah. And but like you say, in the situation that we're in now, I believe there's going to be a new sound. I really believe that there's going to be a new sound, and nobody really even know what it's going to be yet. And in the next few years, remember those 12 and 13-year-olds?
Hmm.
They're going to be the one that bring the new sound.
Yeah, it's a long time coming because there's always something new coming along. Because many people didn't expect rap and hip hop to last as long as it
50
did.
years, 50
They thought
years.
it was a fad.
Yeah,
When the Sugar Hill gang came out with what was it, that song they made? I forget the name.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
But
remember.
they
I know what you're talking about.
not be hard. That's not gonna last.
Right, and like you said, um, like we said, the change is gonna come.
Oh yeah, it's eventually.
It's gonna come because
Music never stays the same. It's gonna always something new coming along. It takes a while. Now it's not overnight.
but really, what I think kind of broke the industry. For one thing, they didn't take streaming seriously. They did, they thought it was just a fad. It was gonna come, and go.
Yeah.
No, it stayed.
And they should have, because you have to take new technology serious, because things are not gonna always stay the same. You just like people are streaming now. Technology is steadily i- improving. And you have to move along with those
Or
improvements.
you're
So you
getting
have
left behind. That's true.
yeah.
Um, so how do y'all feel about the violence with the music? You know the videos.
Well, the thing is, people who want to take to that sort of thing, you can't stop them. And then, you know, you can't control what other people do. If they want to. You talking about the artists making violent videos, or
Yeah, with the with
well,
situations in it. Now you don't get me wrong. It's
I'm trying to get understanding. The type of violence you're talking about, is it the artists promoting violence, or just violence coming from the video?
the violence that's coming from video, the
That's
gunplays
in the
and all
video,
that.
in the
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
Well, the thing about it, they're producing it, and those who want to watch it, watch it. Those who don't, they won't watch it. Because you really can't control, what other people do. Because if it's legal and they're allowed legally, there's really nothing you
yeah,
can do
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Because I remember, man, all the way back to the WESL days, man. Well, you couldn't put that on the radio.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, they have cursing on mainstream radio now.
Yeah.
You used to couldn't do that, but you know, there's really not much you can do about it. Like I said, as long as it's legal, you can't really do anything about it. If it was legal, illegal, that would be different.
Hmm. And I'll tell you, man. Just like you said over in China, I would recommend, if you're gonna get in this music thing, learn to play an instrument, something. Learn to play an instrument because it's gonna help you out a long way. Whether it's drums, whether it's piano, whether it's bass or guitar, you know what I mean?
I find that people who play instruments are not as don't have as many emotional responses as a lot of people do.
Hmm.
I've noticed that they don't think emotionally all the time, get angry and upset all the time.
Yeah,
Over any little
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I've been with I've traveled with high school bands, going to games,
Hmm.
and I know I've traveled on the bus with the teams and the cheerleaders, and it was an entirely different environment. The 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 uh, the bus where the team, like the basketball team and cheerleaders, the kids was cursing. They had no kind of respect.
Hmm.
On the bus with the band, you didn't hear no cursing. The girls wore natural hair,
Yeah,
and they were well behaved.
it's a situation where if you kind of like look at it in this way, if you keep giving a kid fish, they won't never know how to catch a fish themselves. If you look at this music thing, if you keep giving them fish, but if you teach them how to fish, they could survive. If you just look at the music thing, it's somewhat the same thing. And
Well, I think I think music just the better quality kids go after music. Also, they had to do sort of with your personality. Also, they you have to really want to really do some things,
hmm,
and
hmm,
and those kids that are interested in music, I have noticed that they are a bit calmer.
right,
They're not as hyper. They're not as emotional. And many people call them the geek kids.
right. Oh, shout out to my man Big Mook. He owns a recording studio that he into recording the artist. Me, I'm into just making a record, making the record, making the music to it,
Oh, okay.
and sell it to the artist and let them go on about their business. Especially if you want to buy it exclusive. Holler at me if that's what you want to do.
Oh, okay.
You know,
And give them your number
yeah,
again.
that'll be 618-750-2548.
And you heard and your address if they wanna.
Well,
Well, you talk to
yeah,
them.
yeah. Just call that number and we'll talk about where you're trying to go with your career. What are you trying to do? Because to me, I know how to chop and sample and all that good stuff, but I actually just play all my stuff, man. I'm just not messing with that.
Yeah.
Because
And,
too many problems come along with it.
and the ages you're starting them off young, which is good because before they get off into other things. What you
Yes,
said
sir.
ages
Yes,
was
sir.
12,
12 and 13.
12 and 13.
Hmm. And by 14, you'll be finished complete with your studies, and you move on from there.
You know.
You know, um, by the time he turned 14, he'll be making beats.
No, okay. I know many of the children are really into this also.
Oh yeah, man.
So,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
need something like that around here because many of them are really into it.
yeah. Because these kids, man, somebody don't do something, man, they in trouble. They're in very trouble because they don't know nothing but the bad things to follow.
One of the bad things was presented to them many times. And that's been throughout our society and among our people. The bad things are presented to us, and we think everyone's like that.
Hmm.
I know some very good kids, but it's more like let's say we go to a basketball game. All the kids are well behaved. Two or three act up. Those two or three gonna be the only ones we remember.
Oh,
Oh, they was
most
really.
definitely.
Oh, they were clown. They were clowning up in there.
Most
Out, out, of,
definitely.
out of 500, two or three was clowning. Now they were clowning up in there.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, but like you say, if you're interested in this program, give us a shout out at 618-750-2548. Get your kids in something, man, that's something positive. But and don't forget what I said, the parents also. Sit up and listen to the Boost radio station and you'll see what we're talking about. That there's a market there. Because the regular industry is down right now. With all the situations and problems that they're having, it is very, very down.
I'm going to tell you something that happened. You know, I have also at a cable station, WSL 984, it was
Hmm.
channel 12 at the time. And Nelly, I
Hmm.
think it was back in the 90s when I first came from California.
Okay.
They came over. He wasn't well known then. As a matter of fact, it was the first time he was on TV. A lot of people don't know that. I wish I could find those old videotapes.
Mm.
Him and the St. Lunatics came over at the Armory right over here.
Okay, okay, okay.
And because the TV station was in there at the time. Uh, they had all they had was a CD and a smoke machine. And that was their first time. It was all geeked up because that was their first time on television.
Oh yeah, man.
But her Lowry was running it then.
Yeah.
And I wish we had those, but we were doing videotapes, and I wish we had those old videotapes.
Yeah, that's classic.
That would be something, 'cause that was Nelly's first time on TV.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's a classic. But yeah, man, I just hope that the parents get on board with this program and things like that. If it's supported, I'm gonna do it. If it's not supported, what we doing? You know what I mean? Uh, Once again, if
Well,
you're
let's speak on support. It's not gonna be not support. It's gonna be
Okay.
supported.
Okay,
Let's look at the
once
good
again,
side.
the number is 618-750-2548 if you're interested in getting your child into the program. And I'm thinking later some more other programs going to come on board.
Okay, that'd be good.
Because everybody don't want to make beats. Just like a lot of kids get left behind that's actually talented, but they can't shoot a basketball or they can't throw a football. You see, every kid can't do that
Yeah.
and be successful with it. But this right here, they got a they got a chance because they got a person hands on that's showing them. You know what I mean?
And
What
many
to
of the
do.
children are really into this. They're really into beat making.
Oh yeah,
And
man.
anytime they see you with a keyboard, they would see me with a keyboard. Well, are you making beats? I said, no, I'm not. No, I don't make beats. I don't know anything about making beats.
Yeah.
Now I know who to tell them to come and see.
Right.
Come and
Right.
come and see
Chief the
Chief
beat.
the Beat Banger.
That's right. Come and see me. You
Yeah.
know. And like I said, for those artists that's looking for beats, call me at 750-2548. My beats are exclusive beats. And what I mean by that, you can't say you heard them on YouTube. You can't
Yeah.
say you heard them on DistroKid.
And
You
I'm
can't.
glad you said professional artists also because not just children, but those who are professional artists. Maybe you have a radio or television show. You want intro music.
That's it.
And come see the beat maker.
Yeah. You're able to get it
Chief the Beat
monetized.
Banger.
You're able to get
That
it
way,
monetized.
that way you can monetize without having a strike against you.
That's
'Cause I
right.
know some, like when I was doing the live streaming the football games, I couldn't monetize those because of the background music that they were playing.
Yeah. Every time that happens, they're gonna strike.
Yeah, what it is, I couldn't make any money off of it, but the artist was. They're making
They
money off
making
of
money.
mine.
Yeah. They get paid
Off
off of
yeah.
you.
So that's why I had to put my cash up. That's the only way I made money. Because I couldn't make it by monetizing the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the artists get it because of all that background music,
Music that
play
they're playing
in
on
the stadium.
radios in the
No,
stadium.
they played in the stadium. Doing
Halftime.
yeah,
Or whatever.
halftime doing a break in the play. They would
Mhm.
play music at the basketball games. The same thing. They play music, and the music they play at those high schools is really inappropriate. But the artists get that money because I can't monetize it for myself because of the background music.
That's true.
But when it comes to like a show or anything someone's doing, like you have your own podcast, you can get
Music. Call me.
music from Chief the Beat Banger, and that way you don't have to worry about a strike against you on YouTube or Facebook, and you can monetize it, and the money can come to you and not the original artist, because you will be the original artist.
Right.
Because, well, not the artist, but you will be your music.
Yeah.
Because
It won't be mine. It'll be theirs.
that's what I'm talking
Once-
about.
Yeah. It'll be theirs.
It'll be their music because they can use it how they want to. But it's not going to come free.
No, no, sir, no, sir. But like I said, we want to really get this thing off the ground with these kids and things like that. So the parents need to call and get the rest of the details on the classes
Yeah.
and things like that. And I want to give a shout out to my guy, Polly Popo. He know who he is. Like I said, Bolo the producer, Stone Paxton. These guys rocking the same way that I'm trying to rock in different states.
Oh, yeah.
In different states from Vegas to Atlanta to Los Angeles. A lot of these guys.
Atlanta is really big in music now, isn't it? Atlanta is like the Black Hollywood now.
Well, yeah, it had its run for about 15 years. It's starting to, fade along
Yeah.
with the music industry.
Well, I heard Houston is coming up pretty big now.
Well, Yeah, now because they hadn't did anything really big out there ever since what was the name of that record label? Rap a Lot. They haven't really.
But Houston had its own sort of unique sound, didn't it?
Oh, like Detroit,
Yeah.
same thing. You know, and that's important too. That we all can't sound the same. That's a problem. We all cannot sound the same. But yeah, so you people, if y'all really want to do this, just hit me up at 618-750-2548. And, oh, also as well, uh, I'm trying to get Mr. Dunk to teach a video editing class. Uh, we talked about it.
Yeah. When we talking about another segment.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, but even if you have children enrolled in band in school, this could benefit them very well. Um, so give them a call, if you're interested, and get
Right.
your child enrolled as soon as possible.
Because it's going to be limited spaces. Because if you put 50 people in the classroom, chances are only four are going to learn. But if
Yeah.
you put 8 or 9 in the classroom, I guarantee you 6 or 7 are going to come out.
And that's why it's best to get your child enrolled as soon as possible,
Right.
because spaces are going to be filling up, and then at least your child will be there in the initial phase to learn more.
Yeah, because it's only a 3-month course per, per class.
3-month course.
Per
Okay.
class.
Per class, okay.
After that, you're gone. You got to go, you got to fly, you got to fish. Then we're looking for the next class,
Okay.
Because, like I said, there's only one program like this. Everybody can't get in it. So don't don't be slow to make that move. Give us a call and let us know.
And give
And-
the number again.
Okay.
We got to keep that number
Yeah.
out there.
Okay, 618-750-2548. And another major thing, I don't want to sound biased or anything like that because I'm not. But your kid have to be a C average student. Because with this program.
See average or above.
Yeah, or above. Yeah. Because with this program, you got to know how to count in a strange way. You know what I mean? You have to be able to pick up on that because if you can't count bars, you can't make music. You have to know how to count bars. That's for one thing.
So it's like you say, he wants C average or above
Students, yes.
students to come, because no one has time to babysit the kids, and
Right.
you want them to have some brightness about them. You don't want them just coming in and just. You have to take time, spend so much time with just one child, and ignore the others because there's one not catching on.
Yeah, because by 25, man, I would love to have 16 producers here in East St. Louis.
That would be great. I tell you why. We need a staple in East St. Louis that
Yes.
East St. Louis is known for.
Yes.
And right now, East St. Louis is not known for anything.
Yeah.
One time we were known for the clubs, but they shut
Yeah.
those down.
Yeah.
So if we can get some music producers here, it would be it would
I believe it's going to bring revenue into the
and
city.
it would, because it would make producers from around the nation start taking note to East St. Louis.
That's
We
it.
need something as a staple that East St.
Yeah.
Louis is known for. Right now, East St. Louis isn't known for anything except high school football.
Yeah. But like you say,
But what happens when they get out of high school?
they're going to hang out because they got nothing to do.
They gonna go to college or they hang out? All of them not going to college.
That man, we know that for a fact, and things like that. But all in
and many
all,
many of them want to they talk about rapping, but many of them rap don't even know the beats.
right.
You know, they just know how to rap, but they don't really have any beats.
Ah, well, I got plenty of beats. You know, I got plenty of beats, but like I said, my man Big Mook, he runs a recording studio just for audio. I run a production studio.
Okay.
That's the two difference. So if that's what you want, I could you can call me and I could connect with Big Mook and set you off with him and you can go to his facilities and record your vocals.
Okay. And so yeah, let's get that number out one more time before we close.
Yeah,
'Cause we want
750-2548.
okay,
Okay, and that'll be 618.
and that's Chief the Beat Banger. That's at 618-750-2548. So be sure to get in touch with him if you have a child that's interested in music. It don't have to be rap. Just any type of music.
Any type of
And
music.
because he has beats for all
Oh.
type of music.
Poetry, spoken word, I guess.
Oh, yeah, spoken
Whatever.
word use music. You know,
Yeah.
have music with your spoken word. Any type of artistry
Right.
that has to do with vocals. You know, give them a call and say that number one
Yeah.
more time. But we want to keep it out there.
618-750-2548. Don't procrastinate. Come on ahead. Let's do this and let's build this city up.
Okay, and we're gonna close out this.
Church speak.
Oh
Yeah,
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 you're
yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Yeah, we got
gospel.
gospel also.
Well, that's the reason I put the thing the station boost out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Yeah, you may have a let's say you have a gospel broadcast and you want to put your own
Yeah.
on your opening you have your own music so you can monetize it and and not use other people's music. You can get your own music for your opening on your church service.
Yeah. But whatever
Or
they
maybe
gotta
a
do.
choir director wants some new beats.
Yeah.
The midst of music, the choir
Yeah.
director, they want some new beats, to contact Chief the Beat Maker, and then if you want to make a recording, you can contact Big Mook, and we're going to do a show with him one day.
We're gonna do it coming up soon.
Yeah, 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 we're going to as he said, coming up soon with him one day. Because we want to get everyone out there. We don't want to,
We're trying to do
Sure.
something different here,
yeah,
man.
do something different because, like I say, East St. Louis we want him more known for music. Now, we had a lot of music legends come from here.
A lot.
Ike and Tina Turner, they wanted Tina Turner when they met it, but one of my cousins, when he was younger, and he was much older than me, and he said, he went to Lincoln,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that Ike and Tina Turner used to come down the street in a bus and give all the kids a ride to school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they used to be over at the Metropolitan Club and the Cosmos.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I don't know what was that market, that
Mhm.
market, but you had a lot of people come from here. Albert King,
Oh, yeah. Up in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Luther Ingram, and
Yeah. Yeah. A whole bunch of people.
it's just a lot of famous people come from here. Miles Davis, and what's his name, Ron Carter. He just recently passed.
Yeah. Yeah. The band director out there at Lincoln.
Now, person who didn't have nothing to do with music. Remember, you ever heard this woman called Grandma Holler on the internet?
I've heard that.
Do you know she passed away? She was well known. A lot of people didn't know that she lived right there in the Johnny Shields.
Yeah. Just like a lot of these guys are DJs. Hey, start a class. Teach these kids how to be disc jockeys.
You know what I find a lot of times? People they don't want to see teaching someone as competition, that someone teaching their competition. But come on now, you're not going to do this forever.
Exactly. That's
You know,
exactly
teach
what I'm
someone to
saying.
come on behind you. You know.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So how Chief the Beat Banger? I almost called your name. I'm
That's
gonna just say
right. That's right.
Chief the Beat Banger.
You come and get these
I'm
beats, I'm gonna
happy.
sting you.
Yeah, and let me have your. You can have some final words if you want
Well,
before we close out.
like I said, let's come together and let's go on and do this and create something beautiful in the city, and that's for sure, and things like that. So that's all I got to say. And if I forgot to give a shout out to any other the producers in the shout out to the MPC gang also as well, and things like that. Oh yeah, we also teach MPC too.
Explain that to the people. Me may not know what it is.
MPC is the Music Production Center. Uh, other producers, they know what it is and things like that. But there's not too many people around here that actually run the MPC. They buy one and they get confused with it, and you see it on eBay. You know, it's not an easy instrument to learn, and it is an instrument. It's called a production center and things like that. But
Well, that may be something you might when you're more advanced, when you get a little more advanced.
yeah, because right now the kids they pretty much want to just mess with FL Studio. We know what the deal
Because, especially those that want to be rappers.
is. But
And
yeah,
there's plenty of those.
but a shout out to everybody. Appreciate your attention
Okay.
and things like that. And hey, just make this phone ring, and we can make this thing happen.
Okay, now we want to thank you for tuning in, and be sure to get in touch with Chief the Beat Banger at 618-750-2548. And don't procrastinate. Go ahead and get in touch with him. Let's get this started as soon as possible, because we want all children are not going to college. All are not going to go on a sports scholarship. Many of them want to get into music, and this would be a good way for them to start. It starts them out early,
Early,
before they even get to high school.
early.
So they'll go to high school already know what they're doing, and they can bring some things to the band.
That's right. They're gonna stand out.
Yeah, they're gonna stand out. So get in touch with Chief the Beat Banger as soon as possible.
Yeah. And I appreciate your interview, sir, and things like
Okay.
that, Mr.
Well,
Duncan.
I appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna get this done.
Okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And like I say, 618-750-2548. Chief the Beat Banger.
Bangers. Yes.